Everyone talks about creative freedom like it's a dream. Quit the job, follow the passion, make the art, build something that's yours. No boss, no one telling you what you can or can't create. Just freedom. And on the surface, it sounds perfect. But there's something people miss. You see, creative freedom is one of the few dreams that asks you to pay for it first. And sometimes the price is a lot higher than you expected. Because freedom, it turns out, isn't free. One of the first things creative freedom takes from you is time. Not the kind of time you trade for a paycheck, but the kind that slowly disappears. Weekends become editing sessions, late nights are spent brainstorming, ideas start showing up at 2 a.m, and if you don't chase them right then and there, they disappear. When you're building something creative, there's no off switch, and your mind is always working. You're thinking about the next idea, the next improvement, the next thing that could make you better. And before you even realize it, your life stops running on normal hours. Then there's the part that almost nobody wants to talk about, the money. When you choose a creative path, you often give up something society values more than anything. A steady paycheck, a predictable future, a ladder you can clearly see yourself climbing. Creative work doesn't offer that. Instead, it offers uncertainty. Some months, things go well, you feel momentum, you feel like maybe this is starting to work. And then the next month comes and suddenly nothing feels certain again. You start comparing yourself to the people around you, friends getting promotions, other people buying houses, starting families, or they're building their financial stability. Meanwhile, you're investing your time, energy, and sometimes your savings into something that might take years to grow, or maybe it never grows at all. And I can't lie, that thought has crept quietly in the back of my mind. What if this takes longer than I thought? What if it never works? You see, the truth about creative success is something people rarely show online. It's slow. Most creative journeys are built in silence. Years of learning, years of getting better, years of creating things that barely anyone sees. Before people ever call you talented, before people ever say you're disciplined, before anyone calls you successful, you're just another person trying again, trying differently, trying better. And sometimes you're trying even when quitting seems like it would be easier. This part of the journey can feel incredibly lonely. There's no applause here, no viral moment, no validation, just quiet work and faith that the effort will eventually turn into something. But somewhere along that climb, something interesting starts to happen. You begin to realize that the work isn't just shaping your career, it's shaping you and who you are. When you're chasing creative freedom, it forces you to develop something most people never have to build on their own: self-discipline. When you work a traditional job, discipline is external. A boss expects you to show up, a schedule tells you when to work, a paycheck rewards consistency. But when you're creating your own path, you can't rely on any of that. No one checks to see if you're working. A few people might tell you to keep going. Maybe a couple of friends are standing behind you to make sure that you stay focused. But the only thing that pushes your work forward is you. And every day you choose to continue, even when the results are small. You build a kind of discipline that's different from anything else. It's internal. And that kind of discipline changes a person. Over time, something else starts to grow too: your independence. Not just financial independence, creative independence. You start to realize you don't have to ask for permission anymore. You get to decide what you make, what you say, what you believe in, what you refuse to compromise. You begin building a life that reflects who you actually are, not what someone else expects you to be. When someone looks at something that you made and says, "That means a lot to me," it feels different because you know what it took to get there. The time, the doubt, the quiet nights working when no one else could see the progress. Every small victory carries more weight because you know the cost. So in the end, no, creative freedom isn't free. It costs time, it costs comfort. Sometimes it costs relationships, and for a long time, it costs certainty. But in return, it gives you something rare: the chance to build a life that actually belongs to you. A life built around curiosity, around expression, around the things that make you feel alive. And maybe that path isn't the safest one. Maybe it isn't the easiest one. But for some people, it's the only honest one. And for those people, the cost of creative freedom is still worth it. If you're on that path right now, still climbing, creating, still figuring things out, just know you're not the only one paying the price, and you're not the only one hoping it's worth it. So keep going.